Hello, how you doing with this Zakia? I'm gonna do an audio video, do something new. And I wanted to sit here and talk about this situation with Joe Jackson. It's hard for me to say this about wrestling, so although I'm very upset how he treated his children, which is a lot of folks really look at this that Michael Jackson died in June. And into June, you know what that is. That's when Marcus Garvey and he was playing in in 1910. Okay? Trying to stop the struggle of global African like ourselves, many of us are dark, white, or whatever, black, trying to fight for everybody that is white and school today, the beginning of the and this man, Marcus Garvey, came from Blue Cross Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta, okay? It's all day. And this will happen, this will destroy the movement that W. Du Bois is trying to help us with. Trust and believe, and our best friends, we will be way better than today or right now after civil rights movement signed in 1964. Michael Jackson died on that same day. They said, why you record during this time? Well, my phone was dead. I take a new phone, okay? And so I'm using my new phone. My phone got damaged on Sunday. Black as a thing, so that's the reason why. But I decided to make an audio video right now, okay? Now, Joe Jackson passed away on Wednesday, okay? Joe Jackson passed away on Wednesday. There was, I think, the on my computer since then, you know, trying to show somehow respect this type of thing. Yeah, hurt. But then I saw some videos, some people were defending the abuse that he had against Michael. And a lot of people were saying, we need our black fathers. It's hard for us to decide. If there is a thing that slave mentality told all of us that we also relate to through our ancestry. That one drop of black DNA was a savage DNA with unhuman, which is especially in names, treatment, and second. Because that's a blessing from God. It's a false interpretation of the word that you continue to follow, and you want to know why the community is so fucked up. It wasn't long ago when old Aunt Obama mammy named Toya Graham beat her son for the white cops. Now, of course, the son was wrong throwing rocks at the cops. I am not condoning that. However, his violent behavior came from the apple from the tree, which is actually the mama, so I see why he's so violent. Then she come there act like, oh, Willie Lynch, bitch. Hit this dude, and I know white cops will say, yeah, you nigger bitch, you beat that little nigger boy up like in the Willie Lynch letter. Emasculate him, make him feel less than a man, so I can call him a boy and walk all over him like a doormat. Okay, that's exactly. And she was given the Mother of the Year, and I gave on my channel the Mammy Sakata Angel Mama of the Year in 2015. And that's how she left her. And you had coons come on my channel. You not a mother. You don't understand. And I'm like, you don't understand it because you have a slave mentality. Do you know, and you're talking about the Bible, excuse me, continue to teach me master's interpretation and watch your behind get blocked, okay? According to the word, and I know I ain't perfect, I know I could be evil, but y'all evil, condoning evil too, with this mess and not being open and awoke to test everything how was good. That's what St. Paul told Thessalonians. He also told the Corinthians in 13 of Corinthians that also this love is not criterion and rule and rule over injury in the 13th chapter of Corinthians. So why I'm hearing a false interpretation from the Old Testament, because you're not a Jew to understand where it comes from. And then you're taking the New Testament and you're taking up ideas that's the selected chapters and pages to fit your little false interpretation of the word to do the abusive thing. No different than your white master you want to deny on paper, okay? At least I identify with all my heritage. The black, the French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish, American descent. I don't care what people see me as. That's how I got here. My heritage is not only come from Africa. My heritage also came from the United States before white men stepped foot in here. Then, you know what I'm saying? And also, well, the white folks that came here. So I got 3 portions. And actually, Michael Jackson and Joe Jackson and Catherine and everybody else of African descent has majority dark, like kinky, curly hair, whatever your phenotype is. You are a spawn of that, whether you like it or not. And the white man is not God, and that rule is no longer a law but the one drop rule, because I know my rights. I should get that shirt that Captain wears, because I know my rights. You know, so many of you defend slave mentality. You have butt dancing brutes, especially the dudes, that I cannot have a unification with, thank the Lord, okay? Because that's like Nat Turner having a Fiddler from Roots, who stopped Kunta Kinte from being free on his team. And you know you cannot have that. One bad apple spoils another, and sometimes you let the dead bury dead. This man destroyed Michael and the rest of those children's career, okay? What I mean is their mentality. Most of the credit is more important. Your mentality is more important than your money, okay? And you want to know why Michael had issues with himself and everything else. The person I blame is a person that passed away 2 days after he died. Okay, of course, Michael Jackson died in 2009, which next year will be 10 years of his death. But recently, Joe Jackson died. And part of me didn't feel sorry, and because he was the bad steward. No different than Tonya Graham, who had a slave mentality, who felt that black DNA, whether it been dark, light, whatever his skin tone, which he is lighter skin, and with green eyes. That's why Paris Jackson looks the way she looks. If you have it, you know, people are so ignorant. She doesn't look like none of the Jacksons. Well, I don't see no Lupita Nyong'o looking folks or no Akon folks in the Jackson family either. And Michael Jackson did not look like no Akon complexion. So, you know, and so therefore shut up. And also Joe Jackson do look like a dark white man. Besides the black and Native American Choctaw in his roots, you know them green eyes not come from no Native American, no African. So therefore, if a person's dad and their mama is also caramel skin, which is a lot of shade, not dark skin like no Wesley Snipes or no Lupita Nyong'o, you know doggone well if they get with a white woman, okay? Talking about they son. 9 out of 10 of the children might come out looking white because they already have past history of white heritage in their family, no matter how deep it is. It ain't that deep too much if the 2 parents don't have dark chocolate skin tone and the dad has green eyes. Okay? So that explains. That makes a lot of sense. People are so ignorant to genealogy and how it works. And we cannot always choose how our baby what we want. I used to hear people say, well, when I had a child with a white person, they come out. No, sometimes the child does not come out looking all white looking. Sometimes they come out with some kinky hair. And I heard stories about them coming out dark skin. So don't always make that assumption you'll make an ass out yourself. And have y'all making asses about yourself about these children, because those are Michael's kids. Whether you like it or not, Michael was not a pure black man. Pure black means pure African descent. And the traits of being pure black is dark chocolate skin, almost the color of this doggone video over here, to kinky hair, curly hair, and wide nose, big lips. That's no lie. It's the damn truth. If there's other tribes that they don't look like that, those tribes do not come on the ship over here. Let's call it like it is. Okay? Now, due to that, so I understand that y'all get mad at Michael, how if he did this and that to his body, which is his rights, okay? If white folks can go and dye and turn their skin purple, green, and darker than this thing here, whatever, if they choose to do it, that's no one will make a big holler. If Michael Jackson, which he did have skin disease, because Joe Jackson's father, Samuel Jackson, that's his name, had vitiligo. If you go look on YouTube, look at different parts of the internet, Joe Jackson's dad has his shirt off, and he has pale patches of his skin. There's no lie, okay? So a lot of people are so ignorant, and you have ignorant people who hate to hear the truth. So I wish they can stop preaching their ignorance for people who don't want to hear their bullshit, because I don't want to hear it either. Now, anyway, so You're defending abuse because your inferior complex, oh, I'm a proud black girl, proud. You're proud of your slave master ancestors' designation. Really? Really? Okay, if you're so proud of that African roots, can you tell me anything about being African? Not being Negro, color, nigger, or nigger to the white man's standard. I'm talking about what being African descent. Any tribes, any languages, that's what you know. No, you know? Okay. So, but your family does not have full-blown African roots, right? Yes, but the white, okay, so last time I said the white man's not God. Can you stop acting like he is? Okay, that's what I always tell the people. Okay? He's not my God to me. And I let a white person know I am part of your DNA, whether you like it or not. It's just the tainted history you don't want to teach in school that makes the slave masters look terrible. And I love doing that, okay? The truth of the matter, although my grandma was a white woman, okay? So, let's be real. Married Creole mulatto, not all mixing cake from slave masters, okay? Raping somebody, okay? Or you just having sexual sex with somebody, that also happened as well. The truth of the matter is, this man was the epitome of the destructive father that the white racist man wanted in our community. And that's like Tataria Graham, okay? Destructive mama, the man in the community, destructive pappy. The idea of slave rearing and slave making, if it didn't happen from massive seed, make those bad parents be visible. Make them able to distort that child's self-esteem so it would not function in American society with 3 Ks in it. So that's why in slavery they did the whipping, they did the raping, and the dehumanizing. The idea of that was to keep those slaves in fear, twist the Bible, just like me, y'all do. Y'all talk just like your white slave master. You fail to put on your paper when you check them boxes. I laugh. It's weird that a person who knows the truth of who they are recognize these signs of the people who did their falsehood for white supremacy. But the truth of the matter is, I look at this situation, I laugh when people call me a selfish. They don't want selfish. If you teach degradation in your community, if you teach to be dehumanized in your community, you're the worst self-hater than anything. You can wear all dashikis, you can wear hair natural. It ain't gonna change a damn thing. In your inside, you still feel complex about being dehumanized and offended like a fool. Now, as I see in this situation with these people who defend Joe Jackson's abuse, these are destructive members of the slave plantation. If I was trying to get out the plantation, these motherfuckers would be out here to fight me and call me that something wrong with me and I got issues. No, bitch, something's wrong with your dumb ass. If you think it's the part life to be dehumanized, then you'll have a low po image of your damn self. Person with self-esteem have a high image about themselves and they try to strive for the best, not the worst. And half of y'all love to strive for the low and claim you proud black people. Oh my God, you're a stupid idiot. You ain't no proud. If you defend dehumanization and being treated less than human, you ain't no damn proud person. Now, as I'm looking at watching these subjects, I couldn't even click on that because I already know what they're going to say. Every time I hear a brother or sister defend abusing your kids, not investigating. I remember, and I'm not the perp, I know you can call me a devil, but y'all the devils yourself because you defend the demonic activity towards your own people and yourself. So you can't call me just a devil because you all be burning hell right now if the unclean goes to heaven. But I tell you like it is on my channel, and God help me alone if I need to clean up anything. Not those superhuman beings need to fix themselves before trying to put a spin on my eye. Now, the point is, as I'm looking at this situation here, a lot of y'all don't investigate, don't understand where them scriptures come from, never try to learn about church history. You stayed where you was told, like a dumb slave that don't want to read them books that the white man were forbidding them to read. To go investigate. Remember, the stupid idiots today don't realize that they put things in a book. I remember someone was telling me at a job recently that was the only job I could have before I left it. Okay? That I need to get my money. I'm gonna have to oh, that's always to make money. Okay? If I can sell my soul to the hell devil, okay, that's on my conscience. There's other ways to make money. Say you should, don't get wrong, I'm just making a figure of speech. If I make money selling peanuts, because one thing folks forget, that back in those days in segregation, we did not opportunity, okay? You make your own opportunity. Now we're free. We have the internet. We have social media. I ain't reading books about trying to get my own business so I can stop being a workplace slave to some corporation making them rich and them treating me undehumanized and stay at Texas with employment at will law. And the fuck out of here because I am a liberal and I would not want to be in this stupid ass state that was stolen from Mexico by white Anglo slave masters who wanted slavery in a state that there was not theirs. Okay? Now, in the last state that continued to practice slavery after slavery was ended. 3 years. It's supposed to celebrate Juneteenth recently. Okay? Now, the truth of the matter is, as Joe Jackson passed away, and y'all defending the abuse, the dehumanization, that's how it's supposed to go. And then from the old school, a lot of y'all are so silly that people from the old school were descendants of slaves. And some of the slaves did not go further than what they was taught, especially from the slave master, okay? So they've been taught that the black gene was inferior, that it was destructive, that they was stubborn, and the idea that black children are stubborn. And I hear someone like a bio show say that, and brother, you're coon when you say that, because any child could be stubborn. The idea came from a slave master saying if a stubborn slave is there, you beat them, dehumanize them, in order to put fear in them. Okay? And that's what that idea comes from. So when I hear people defending the dehumanization of slavery in their children, y'all need the Ku Klux Klan to put a rock around your head and throw y'all to the sea. Okay? Because you scandalizing your children, so when they get into the real world, they're not going to have good self-esteem. That's why, like me saying that I'm bipolar type 1, which is the truth. The Bible also says, Galatians 3:21, that a person fathers don't provoke their children to anger, they become discouraged. I am the epitome of that verse. Okay? That's why I'm bipolar. That's why I don't trust people. That's why I'm very angry towards anybody. Okay? Now, I'm not that 24/7, but you start acting stuff I went through as a child and as a teenager, as an adult as well, and until I left my family, I will act ugly. I will rather see you dead than be alive because I have to face it, okay? When you start acting evil with me, and all that love and forgiveness comes out the window, you discouraged. When if I can't do it, there was suicide attempts. Not that I hated myself, no. I wanted to get away from the predicament of the situation, of the circumstances I am in. But if you start to learn how to not to be a slave to the circumstance, your self-esteem will change. As I start to get away from people who enable my circumstance, okay, the self-esteem start to get higher and higher, and start to fight. And a lot of people don't have that mentality, okay? That's self-love. Keeping yourself in a big situation and saying it's always going to be away, that's self-hate right there. Look at, we're going to bring another celebrity. Emily Bustamante, she gonna get her love got to do with moment. Keep on trying to be Latina Tina Turner sister and see what happens to you. This fool went back to Fabulous because she thinks that's okay. So that's self-hate right there. Because I'm sorry, if you have pride, you ain't gonna allow no person to humanize you. Okay? At Coachella with Fabulous. So this is mentality, okay? A lot of people who was abusive, and I have to question her family too. I will, because if her father and her brother was abusive to her, I will question, and yes, I will put them on blast. They dumb enough when Fabulous gun was in the house, the part wherever it was, they didn't have the courage to use the gun, because if someone's trying to kill me and they weapons in the damn motherfucking house, I'ma use that bitch, okay, to kill that person who's trying to kill me. Not to let it kill them, but I wait legal standpoints. Then to throw a punch, pop, that's all. It's justified by law, okay? Now, the truth of the matter is, so I had to question the daddy and the brother who was scared of Fabulous. It's 3 people and 1 person. Y'all can't beat that fight? Something wrong with y'all. But anyway, I'm sorry. As soon as I found if I was, not to sound gay or anything, if I was in Bustamante and the gun is in the house, it's no different. Madea told that yellow bone woman in the movie Madea Family Reunion, there's hot grits on the stove. There's hot grits on the stove. So she knew not to say nothing. That woman real good. So when Carlos, that dark skinned brother, the Black Underwood played in, and she got them, my baby, I was so happy when she did that. When Danny Glover played in that movie, what's the movie? I wanted Oprah to shut the fuck up let's see the kill mister. Okay? I want to see the die, and I said I want to see the kill that motherfucker who beat her up so many times, abused her. Lucky she didn't kill her own daddy or stepdaddy, because they found it wasn't really daddy in the movie. Okay? Of course, two wrongs will make it right, but if there's an action, it's a reaction. Okay? So anyway, but y'all sit here, y'all defend your narrative. You wanna know why white supremacy still controls the community. You don't have a warrior mentality. And that's one thing that's when I started doing my research at 13 years old, my mentality about myself changed. I started to get very proud of who I am, because the truth will set you free. And I started to get away from people who try to enable the falsehood, which is they have a right to do it. When they boo-hoo cry, I laugh because it's there, because they're losing power with me. That's what it is. It's not about they love, because love, saying that's not love what they're doing. Okay. In our community, we've been taught that we need to accept dehumanization, and that's why we have ghettos. We have this going on in the modern day society. Until we get that mindset changed, we'll never make it in life. That's why I advocate separate within, because those who will remain as slaves should remain slaves. Those who don't want to be slaves, let's get the fuck out of the situation and move on. And a lot of people don't have the mentality. Everybody want to stay and defend. No, I'm not going to please and entertain somebody for the rest of my days on this earth and live in turmoil for that person, when if they was to get away from turmoil, they would not even help me out. The truth of the matter is, this man was wrong. He hurt people. I'm sorry to the Jackson family that was lost, but I cannot condone people in our community who cause more hurt in our community than the white supremacists by perpetrating white supremacy in their way of raising their children. Being abusive, being cruel, and thinking that because that black gene is a violent gene, and you should not only perpetrate this, and this is mentality, not me, perpetrate a stereotype, but especially towards your kids. It's funny that y'all perpetrate the same stereotype towards white people who are racist. I ain't talking about innocent white people who jog. I ain't talking about that. No, I'm talking about the Darren Wolves, the Darren Wilsons, even those who are Hispanic and white, who was mixed with black and Spanish, and they, like George Zimmerman. Like if there's a kid trying to kill Excision, y'all not out there trying to go find George Zimmerman. Okay, he's homeless. Okay. That's the weirdest thing I ever seen. Trick dad trying to get it with exhibit. You see, y'all, the target practice is so wrong. So that's what I have to say. Another brother, and so my point is all that strong, beating, and acting violent. Why you don't act violent when it's time to act violent with those who hurt the community, those who do things in the community? And, saying, but no, y'all ain't neighbor in your downfall, and you want people to feel sympathy. The reason why that folks don't feel sympathy for the African community, because people in the African community, on a collective level, I'm sorry, it's not all, but half, do like they downfall, do want to defend. I was telling somebody about public housing, and I said we should get out of public housing. This woman here is older than I am, trying to defend public housing. I said, excuse me, you don't know what you're doing. And you want to argue, excuse me, Martin King did not fight for us to be in Section 8 public housing and food stamps. This will be temporary assistance. You should try to get out. That's why I'm working. That's why I'm trying to get my own business. I'm reading books to get my life and trying to change my mentality so I can have something better for my children. That's why I'm glad I don't have children almost 40 years old, because I'd be damned to put my kids in this situation. And if I was in poverty, I would never treat my kids like they're animals. Okay? I treat them how I want to be treated, with respect. And be the idea of respect, so they can know what respect is. Okay? Parents like Joe Jackson, parents like Toria Graham are no different than slave masters. They can deny and say they're black 100% all they want to. It's weird when you deny the truth, you participate in the falsehood that hurts us, if you know what I mean. So you participate in your white supremacist ancestors. You hurt and you beat. You do exactly. Okay, if you look like racist nice, you have white DNA in you, and portraying that nigga being a thug, being a hood rat, being the degradation. None of us perfect. But when we know these stereotypes are harmful to our community and our children, we can no longer defend it. When we know that the Bible can be distorted by false interpreters especially in our case, because that's what happened. Slavery back in the South. You know, people distorting the Bible to do slavery, to do all of the humanizations. If you don't even investigate, because test everything was good, you don't do that stuff, you defend the degradation, the abuse, because that's how you live your life, then you're a slave on a plantation. And someone like me does not need to be in no unification with you, because I know that if we're trying to cause progress, ain't gonna be no progress, because you be starting blocking it. Worse than a slave master would, worse than the Ku Klux Klan, worse than any Nazi would do it, because you the one doing it with one drop of black DNA. Well, you're darker than me, my shit are lighter. Or Hurricane Kurt, whatever, look white, or look like Perry Jackson, or look like West Nile, look Hispanic, whatever your phenotype is. Your mentality is like that. No, baby, we need to separate. Because I'm looking for something. If I have to die doing this, at least I die trying to get a progress going on. I'd rather be doing it than I do nothing at all. Be another do nothing. It's not my plan. Now, all I gotta say, those coons out there, you're no different than a slave master's pet. Defending abuse, distorting the holy word to do the abuse. You're no different than the people who drink the purple Kool-Aid at Georgetown with Jim Jones. You don't investigate. You don't do anything but stay ignorant and dumb. And I see why some of you call yourself niggas, because it means ignorant, not black. And you know why the community's fucked up? Because folks like that ruin the community and leading it as well. That's all I have to say. Continue to defend derogation, abuse, and dehumanization tactics that happen back in the day, and call yourself a strong black man, a black woman. I have to laugh at your little joke, because everything you say and you do is a joke, and you don't critique your own damn self to see that. That's all I gotta say.